it just hit me on such a powerful level to be seeing clients in that light and see their understandable reactions to traumatic events
Mm-hmm.
as expression of agency of rather than being
Right.
victims.
Right. And as you're speaking, what's coming up for me is how this model hit me as well in many
Uh,
ways and was a paradigm shift in my working with clients, not just as something that was interesting, but also necessary in the work that we do. I think again, I go back to what makes us necessary is that when people come into our rooms with core survival responses, and we go back to what they should be doing differently, we're not acknowledging what they're already doing to be able to keep themselves afloat.
uh,
And so I think just planting the seeds of how hard they've been working is very
uh,
empowering and liberating for many individuals, and
yeah.
perhaps one of the ways of, experiencing healing.
From a client perspective, they're likely as because they've been kind of indoctrinated culturally in the same way that we have as therapists into
Mm-hmm.
seeing our pain as
Mm-hmm.
a problematic symptom. And of course it
Right.
is, right? It's that too, in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that it causes problems and people want help.
Of
But
course.
to be able to loosen some of that judgment, that
Mm-hmm.
self-judgment that, oh, I'm failing
Mm-hmm.
in some way, I'm doing something
Mm-hmm.
wrong because I'm experiencing this kind of suffering, or instead
Mm-hmm.
to recognize,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is both inevitable or understandable under the circumstances,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
an act of resistance in some way, depending on what the
Right.
circumstances are, but certainly in relation to traumatic events. And
Absolutely. And I
yeah.
think what you mentioned about judgment is so important. Can only be done when we provide a space for shame to shrink. And
uh,
so that's another reason why it's necessary. So we can join them in de-shaming some of these acts of resistance
uh,
and then paving ways for different moves that they can make that align with their realities and can bring them some relief.